Hello everyone, welcome back to this very orange Skyblock world. In between episodes, I've just been farming some carrots and potatoes to fix our food situation. Not the cozy kind of farming, unfortunately. We don't have the luxury of a field of dirt and don't even have water to hydrate the crops, but we do at least have a ton of bone meal from the mob farm. Speaking of, last episode we left that farm a bit smaller than it could be because of a lack of wood, so let's grab some of that and then head on over. In the last episode, we built this farm and talked about how it works. The idea is that mobs will spawn in here, and because they won't have a target that they can see to go and attack, they'll just wander around. And then because all of this farm is made of non-full blocks like stairs and slabs, they aren't able to wander to any of the blocks in this part of the farm, but this part of the farm is made of full blocks, which they are allowed to wander to. So all of the mobs will wander over to this side, just naturally, and they'll fall into the killing chamber here. We've got some trapdoors inside. I'd show you, but last time I opened that chamber, it exploded to a creeper. So what we're going to just do here is make this block bigger and bigger and bigger so that there's a larger chance that the mobs wander on over to it, which will get them out of this part of the farm faster and make the farm faster overall. Now, mobs can choose a block within 15 blocks horizontally and 7 blocks vertically to wander to. So we can make this a lot bigger and it will still be within range of all of the mobs. For instance, if a mob spawned over here, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, still only within 7 blocks. So we can make this much better, much bigger. We'll do that just from down here though, because that's really scary. Let's make this a 2-wide platform while we're at it. We can make this block as large as we want, but once it's big enough, some of the blocks will be too far away for mobs in the farm to wander to, and then there's no point in making it any bigger. I'd rather not risk it. We get so many mobs in this farm, they actually start to die to entity cramming. Which means we do still get some drops, even if we're not doing anything, but it's much, much slower. Actually, no, I suppose once it warms up, it is pretty fast. We could just stand here and do nothing. But there are some drops we want from these mobs that we can only get if we kill them ourselves. We would like all of the armor from the zombies and skeletons, and the biggest thing we want is the iron from the zombies. If we place any more blocks this way, then there will be some spaces in the farm that are too far away to be able to wander to those blocks, and if we place it any further this way, we get in the way of the path. Which, efficiency-wise, I should just move the path, but I like the line, so we're leaving it. It's time to make a bunch of swords. And maybe another chest, actually. Another 2 chests. Ow! Okay, one of them has thorns armor. Ow. I'm imagining it's the one in gold. Ow. That is strong thorns. Wow, oh my goodness. Okay, owie. Oh, we got iron! Yay! Okay, that's super good. With this iron, there's actually 2 different things that we need to prioritize making. If we place a cauldron where it's raining, then the cauldron will slowly fill up with water. And then if we have a bucket, we can take the water out, and now we have a bucket of water, and we can make a water source. Once that cauldron fills up again, we then have an infinite water source, and we finally, we're finally back to square 1, instead of square 0, or whatever we started with. Because we need to wait for rain, and it takes a while for the cauldron to fill. Another thorns, okay. Ooh. 2 iron. Oh, and some gold boots. Okay, that was extremely lucky. Wow. It's tempting to make the bucket straight away, but if we make the cauldron first, then the cauldron can be filling up with water while we get enough iron to then make the bucket. Whereas if we make the bucket first, we've used 3 iron and haven't made any progress towards the cauldron. This gold armor is going to be really important later, so we definitely don't want to wear it. The copper is also useful, but not as useful. Although, to be honest, I wouldn't mind a lightning rod. It could thunderstorm here and everything is made of wood. Ow, okay. Oh, glowstone. That's a pretty rare drop. And it's actually the only light source we can get until we make a cobblestone generator. We'll have to see what we get first. Enough iron to get water or glowstone. It feels like it's always the zombies that arrive as stragglers. Like there'll be a big pack of zombies that arrive in last. It's interesting. Much safer. Another iron ingot. We need 7 to make a cauldron, so we're getting there. Completely full in this storage now, so 2 more. Let's get this way actually. I think what I'll do, because we have so many bows, is we'll just start making a chest only for bows. Oh yeah, that doesn't work, does it? Almost a full single chest of bows already. We can't do anything with those bows right now, but they'll be useful for making dispensers later. To make a dispenser, you don't need the bow to have full durability anymore, which is nice and convenient. Why is it always the zombies at the end? We now have so many resources, they don't even fit in the chest anymore. So I'm going to take some of these upstairs and put them in long-term storage. I'll take them. I'm not sure. It's not really worth keeping the rotten flesh. It could be fun to just keep and see how much we accumulate over the course of the series. Because I imagine it's going to be a lot of rotten flesh. Let's head back up to the base. Let's put some of this away. Now, I didn't bring any wood back, but we've got some here. We'll just put these here for now. We'll put rotten flesh in that one, arrows in that one. Actually, what I'm going to do, we'll just throw everything in for now. Okay, I'd really like to get somewhere proper to put all this stuff, but we haven't got too many blocks to build with at the moment. We've got anything with logs and at a push bone blocks. I'd really like a few more blocks before we get started, and string would be really useful. I'd really like quite a bit of wool actually, and quite a lot of string for looms. So let's maybe make this a bit better. Okay. Oops. So first thing we should do is kill the spiders. Is that everyone? Yes. So when I built this before, I didn't really want to use any of the techniques that we ended up using in that farm because it maybe would have been a bit confusing to suddenly make this all out of stairs and have a big block to draw the mobs towards us. But, you know, now we've built that one, we can use some of the techniques from there to improve this. So previously we had a problem of the spiders were sort of going to the edges, and now we know that's probably because that's where all the only 4 blocks nearby are, so they were just wandering into the corners. But anyway, let's just get this roof removed. And maybe get a bit more room. The first thing I want to do is just make this a bit bigger, because it's pretty small right now. If we turn on chunk borders, then we can see there's quite a bit more room to go this way. And it's not super important that we build this aligned to a chunk, but it makes, but if we want to make sure that this farm isn't active when this farm is active or other ones, then it just makes counting a bit easier. So we might as well. And it gives us a size to aim for. We're not going to try and attract the spiders using the same pathfinding mechanics as the main mob farm. Just going to carry on using this like little peekaboo trapdoor technique, which means we don't have to worry about how far away they will wander to. Okay, so now we have a bigger platform. Let's get some stairs for the walls. 16, we need 16 on each side, so 64 stairs in total. That's more than enough. Okay, and we only need to make... Oh, that's wrong. Well, it's a good thing we have extra. And you know what, since we have extra, let's put the corners in. Okay, we don't have that many extra. Okay. We need to put the roof on. Oops. Don't forget the slab. Always slab your crafting tables. By using a really low roof, we're only going to allow spiders to spawn. And also we minimize the height of this farm above the void. So mobs will be much more likely to spawn here. We might not have enough wood here. Oh yeah, we definitely don't have enough slabs. Okay, well this is a little bit of a predicament because if we go back and get more wood, then mobs are going to spawn down here. Oh, but we can just sleep away the night. It's fine. This is probably full already. Yeah, hello everyone. I'm not going to fight you. Okay. Oh, hi. Oh yeah, that trapdoor's not in the right place, is it? Oh, I could do that, right? Okay, I got way more wood than needed this time. Okay, if we just go over here, there should be 0 block light everywhere. It looks like light's coming through these stairs, but that's just a lighting glitch. This is 0 light level, which is kind of funny. And then, boop, and we should be good. Now we need to go at least 24 blocks away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we'll go here this time. Actually, let's just make a platform for us to stand on. Right, so let's get mob caps up. We can do that with the new F3, F6. Entity spawn counts always. What are we at? 31. Wow, okay. That's a lot. We might need a few swords. Let's see then. Are they all in here? Ow. Yes, they are. Any more? Okay, yeah, so they're a little far away, but we can lure them in. Great. 30 string from 1 spawn cycle. It's pretty good. I mean, it's not the best user experience having to dive into this thing all the time, but for now, this is perfectly fine. Ow. Another piece of armor gone. Oh, okay. So we do have a spider jockey, which is less good. Okay, that's that problem gone. Okay, I'm out of food now, but we've got over 2 stacks of string, which will definitely be enough to get started. Before we do that though, I wondered earlier why the last mobs through this farm were always zombies. It turns out it's because when you hit a zombie, it calls all zombies in quite a large area as reinforcements. And then because I was standing where I am here, the zombies try and path towards me, but they just, and I'm not quite sure why, they just go in a straight line. So they were getting stuck on here, which means I guess they deem trying to get through these stairs as a better path than walking around across the trapdoors. Maybe they realize they can't come this way or something. Anyway, we can fix this. We just clear out these mobs. Sure, why not? There's 2 more left, if they wouldn't mind coming. Skeleton rattles, okay. Skeleton's fine. We can leave them. So we should be able to fix this if we are standing here, they're probably trying to pathfind through here. So if we just put another slab here, then hopefully, maybe we need one here as well. Hopefully they won't congregate here and they'll realize that they need to move around. And that'll stop them from getting stuck. Well, seems like mobs can still pathfind over here just fine. Oh, ow, more thorns. In fact, we can see they walk around now and fall straight into the hole, so that's great. Ow. Be a bit careful there. Oh. Okay, I really didn't expect that to do that much damage. It's fine. Totally fine. I was gonna say at least the Thorns enemy will have despawned, but we get a new one instead. My goodness. So anyway, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by the Thorns, that slab should stop the zombies from bunching up, and we should have much fewer stragglers. How many have we got now? 4 left. Okay. Are they zombies? Skeletons. Cool. Another gold helmet is really good. Copper is really good. So we can use that to get ingots later. Oh, chicken jockey. Ow. Oh, that's bad. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You can say that. You can say that. You can say that. Okay, bye. Oh, why can I not hit anyone with a bow? Okay. Good. Good, good. Okay, so that's one flaw that might need to be sorted. Oh, maybe I should have tried to not kill the chicken. They despawn anyway. We wouldn't have been able to keep them. We might have got an egg. Oh, and an iron ingot. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. One more. And some chicken. Oh, and 2 feathers. It would be pretty funny if we made a brush. I think we can almost do that, actually. Yeah, we have enough copper. It would be completely useless. But we could do it. Just one more iron ingot and we can make a cauldron. So I'm going to make a few more swords here and keep going. Ooh, that's quite funny actually. Oh, it's enchanted as well. Protection too. Wow. Oh, and an iron helmet. So close. Ooh, iron sword. How much durability? Actually, quite a bit. Wow. I think there's about a 1% chance we get iron from a zombie. Which isn't too bad. How many have we killed so far, actually? 768. Not bad. Maybe instead of using the swords until they break, we just get them down to about half. And then we can repair them. Which saves a little bit of wood. Oh, there's the glowstone I wanted. Okay, yeah, so these two should maybe give almost a full sword. Yeah. Which is more durability than either of them had individually, so... Oh, and we got the iron. Okay, I didn't even notice. So, with this iron, we can make a cauldron. And we now... When Bamboo Jungle, yeah, I'm just going to place this right here. When it rains, this cauldron's going to fill up with water. And then if we can get 3 more iron, so we can get a bucket, we'll be able to get a water source. The reason I'm placing this here is because it needs to be somewhere where it's actually going to rain. We spend quite a lot of time here, obviously, trying to get iron, and we still need more iron for buckets, so we're still going to be spending a lot of time here in the future. I've cranked render distance up to 32, so even if we're up here, this is still loaded. This will fill up randomly while it's raining, and that will happen so long as the chunk is loaded. In older Minecraft versions, you needed to have a player nearby, but nowadays it just needs to be a loaded chunk. So anyway, while we wait for it to rain, I've gathered up a bunch of materials, and I think it's finally time to build a house. Now, I admit it's very orange, but I think it kind of works. We've gone for this sort of New York brownstone kind of style. I was trying to think of like, what do I think of when I see this kind of color in particular? Like, the acacia planks are really orange, but the stripped acacia, and especially the shelves, and then with these looms, they've got a kind of slightly more purplish tint to them. They're less saturated. They're browner. And I thought those big kind of old New York style, famously found in New York, but not only in New York, but buildings built with brownstone. And yeah, we've got this kind of bay window effect using trapdoors because no glass. I do really love these shelves just as extra detailing and to kind of break up this shape. We really don't have much of a block palette at the moment, so having anything other than this orange is really appreciated. And yeah, with the string, with 2 planks and 2 string, we can make a loom. And like, I really don't use these much normally, but yeah, these are pretty good for building. Let me get one actually. Oh, I have one in my inventory. They have really interesting textures on every side. The bottom as well isn't interesting. Like, there aren't really any blocks with a color quite like that. It's a very old school looking texture, but yeah. And here we're just using them as some extra detailing and get a bit more color variation. Composites for a little wool. And yeah, there is, as you would probably expect, no interior right now. We've got the structure going. We've got these little bay windows that you can't stand on because it opens your windows for you. But yeah, these pressure plates are just to stop mob spawning. Otherwise, we've slabbed everything, so mobs shouldn't really be able to spawn. I think it's possible for them to spawn here technically, which isn't ideal, but hopefully we'll have a lighting soon. First floor, we've got another window. Here you can see the looms around the outside, around the inside. I think what I might do is try and put some shelves along here as kind of cornicing, or whatever you would call sort of skirting board in reverse. Is it cornicing? Anyway, the problem is like the corners get a bit funky in that case, so I'm not sure. And these shelves they're not actually that expensive, to be honest. You get 4 per craft, but it's more than a log for 1 shelf, so yeah. And even stripping takes quite a long time, because if you don't strip on the log when you're cutting the tree down, you know, wooden axes aren't the fastest thing in the world. But anyway, we've got another window here. We've got this little attic space sort of overlooking, which is nice. And another skylight. So because we don't really have any lights at the moment other than the glowstone, which is quite slow to get, yeah, having a lot of natural light is really important so we can actually see what we're doing, at least during the daytime. Then down here we have a little basement area, which I'm planning on using for storage. And we've got just a big hole in the wall, which hopefully isn't going to cause any problems. But I didn't really want any windows down here because this is kind of, you know, below street level. We sort of raised our street level up here, and this is sort of where the new street level is going to be. You know, they have these basement levels that you can sort of see down. There's a lot of buildings in London that are also built similarly to this. And yeah, I didn't want to put a window down there, really. We've used enough trapdoors as it is. So yeah, what we've done is just punched a hole in the wall and then used a bunch of paintings. And I want a lot more of these on here, but I ran out of string. Put some paintings on here, sort of graffiti or advertisements on the side of the building. I think that works pretty well. Again, it's like a lot of extra color, which is nice. It's just wool and sticks, so it's something we can actually make. And yeah, then this lets light through. We also get a little sneaky entrance in, which mobs aren't allowed to use. That doesn't mean they won't, but hopefully not. And yeah, again, you can sort of see the looms here, so I might do something with that later. But yeah, this plan is just going to be for more long-term storage. Then, yeah, so in typical fashion, interior is not quite done yet, but I'm pretty happy with this. And this whole wall's pretty bare too. And, you know, the back exists, but it's not like you can go and see it. So anyway, it did rain for a little bit while we were building that, so let's go check on the cauldron. Every time the cauldron gets random ticked, which there's less than a 0.1% chance happens each tick, if it's raining, then there's a further 5% chance it will fill up with 1 level of water. Then when it reaches 3 levels full, we'll be able to take out of it with a bucket. So I'm not really expecting this to have any water in it, and even if it does, it definitely won't be full. But we'll take a look. Oh, it has got some water. Well, we're 1/3 of the way there. Now it's just a matter of waiting for it to rain so that that cauldron fills up the rest of the way, getting some more iron to make a bucket, and then we'll finally be able to make a cobblestone generator with this lava over here and be back at step 0, I guess. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.